Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, out here, on your screen. Joe Goes Back. We're listening to Wings, Mull of Kintyre. Now, this is also together with Paul McCartney, if I'm not mistaken. Gorgeous song. It was huge in the UK, number one for weeks in the UK charts. If you are unfamiliar with this channel, it's called Joe Goes Back, where I go back in time to listen to music I was too young to witness. I'm only 27 years old. And on this channel, we go back in time to listen to these classics that are so known to everybody who is a little bit older than I am, but so unbeknownst to me because I'm too young. But that's why we're using the power of the internet to go back in time and listen to all this good stuff. Wings, together with Paul McCartney, Mull of Kintyre. It's about Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get into it.
Mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be on Mull of Kintyre.
There he is.
Far have I traveled, and much have I seen. Dark distant mountains with valleys of green, past painted deserts, the sun sets on fire as he carries me home to the Mull of Kintyre.
The Mull of Kintyre, there it is.
Mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh, Mull of Kintyre.
Just take a moment to look at this gorgeous view next to the seashore with all these cliffs and forests in the background. I do not exactly know what a mole is. M-U-L-L. Probably, English is not my first language. I'm from the Netherlands. Dutch is my native tongue. But I can, in the context, I think that it's like that this is a mole, right? That this is the Mull of Kintyre. Oh, shit.
Sweep through the heather like deer in the glen. Carry me back to the days I knew then. Nights when we sang like a heavenly choir of the light and the times of the Mull of Kintyre. Mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh, Mull of Kintyre. Smiles in the sunshine and tears in the rain still take me back where my memories remain. Flickering embers grow high.
Just have to say, looking at these scenes, I'm going to rerun that a little bit. Looking at these scenes, one thought was ringing through my head the whole time. This is what we're supposed to be doing, enjoying the world, playing at the seashore, throwing pebbles, throwing around a bit of sand. If I see kids nowadays being stuck to a giant iPad and like all their dopamine receptors are broken because they're just scrolling videos and loud and super overstimulating and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I am so glad that even in my youth, I didn't have a big ass iPad or a large whatever. I was mostly playing out, doing this, building huts, getting dirty, getting in trouble outside, climbing on roofs, pranks, games, and looking at the kids now, they're all stuck behind an iPad doing this. I saw a 2-year-old, or I believe it's a 2-year-old, in a kid roller. What is it called? A stroller? And kid was doing this. Couldn't even walk yet because it was still in a stroller. Couldn't even walk yet. And was playing games on an iPhone. And I was like, if I ever have children, they're not going to get an iPad at age 2. I mean, at some point, they're going to have to get like a phone because it's just, you got to go with the time. But, I'm so glad I was part of that generation doing this stuff that you see right here on the screen right now than an iPad having been shoved in my face.
And tears in the rain still take me back where my memories remain. Flickering embers grow higher and high as they carry me back to the Mull of Kintyre.
Look at this.
Rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here on Mull of Kintyre. Mull of Kintyre, oh mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh Mull of
Man. Man. Such a warm feeling. Such a warm feeling I'm getting from this song. And big shout out to Wings and Paul McCartney, man. Wow. I'm getting that same feeling that I had when I listened to You're the Voice from John Farnham. That uniting human feeling. That it almost feels like that's how we're all supposed to feel. But it's being slowly lost through time and excessive use of technology. And that's an important word. That's the key word there. Excessive use of technology. There's people out there that can't even think for themselves anymore because they got to ask ChatGPT if they're, for example, you ask me, hey, Joe, how you doing? Wait, how am I doing? You are doing great, Joe. And then I'll go, oh, yeah, I'm doing great. Like people, I don't know if I'm yapping. I don't know if I'm rambling. But I feel very strongly about this. We should not forget our fundamentals, guys. Fundamentals meaning get dirty, build a hut, especially the kids. Build a hut. Go out there. Skip a couple rocks, couple pebbles on the, breathe in the fresh air. Yeah. This has been Wings, Mull of Kintyre. Thank you so much for the request. I really appreciate it. Thanks for exposing me to this new. Like, for me, this is new. I know that for y'all, you're like, oh wait, you don't know this? Nah, for me, I'm 27 years old, guys. I don't know this, but I love it though. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and check out Paul McCartney and Wings.